Hey guys, what up? It's your number one, the only, the treeface person right here making another video. And today I'm going to be talking about something that's it's been getting to me recently. You know, there's just so much shit online about this, and I had to make a video. And this thing is the fucking lgbtqiabcdefghijklmnopqrstuvwxyz. I don't get what's going on. I just gotta talk about this. First of all, I'm just gonna get it out there that I am 110% a supporter of the LGBT plus community, and I support all my friends who have differing sexualities and gender identities, but there are some things that I don't agree with. I think being gay, bi, pan, whatever the fuck you are, I think that in terms of sexuality is totally valid. I think that all sexualities are valid, and that if you don't like anybody, if you're an asexual, that's totally okay as well. But there's something with the gender identities that I don't agree with this one thing. And I'm also, just to get this out of the way as well, I 100% support trans people, and I support all my trans friends, and I do think that if you're transitioning from a binary gender into another binary gender, then that is cool. That is 100% what trans means to me. Like, I feel that if you are trans, then you were born with a penis, and now you want to be a woman because you are a woman. You know, I think that is valid, and that is true. Where things start to get a little bit more blurry, a little bit more just not 100% agreeing with it, is when people start saying that there's more than two genders. Now, the two genders, you cannot actually fight me with this, because this is a fact. The two genders are male and female, and this is determined by chromosomes. Even if you are transgender, if you are born in the body of a man, you have the male chromosomes. Even if you transition into a woman, even if you get a cosmetic vagina, you still have those male chromosomes. You cannot change that. And this is a part of you. This is humans. This is all animals. This is life. So where this third gender and these extra genders come into play is when people start using weird ass fucking pronouns. Now, in this world, there's two pronouns that we use singular, he and she, and then there's they for a group of people. But now, suddenly, all these people who are identifying as something outside of a binary gender are using they as a singular pronoun, which is actually, in the English language, is not grammatically correct, and it's just not true. That there aren't these extra genders. Hundreds and hundreds of years ago, people have been doing homosexual things and bisexual things. This is a part of history. But is there ever a point where people, not people who were gods, but people themselves, were an extra gender? Now, in some religions and subcultures, there are things where your child is born and you believe that your child is a god, and then these gods don't have genders, but gods aren't people, okay? Gods aren't people. Well, I'm talking about real people, okay? Real people. So now, if you don't know this, you probably ask me a question. Well, what are these extra genders? What are people saying? And my question to ask back to you is, where have you been? Are you living under a rock? Because this has been going on for so long now, I'm actually sort of disturbed if you haven't heard of it. But, so, the things that are going on are agender, which means that you do not identify as a gender. Having a demi-gender, like being a demi-girl or a demi-boy, meaning you feel partially a girl or partially a boy. And then, there's just people saying that they're just non-binary, that just not all of these things just go under non-binary, which means just you have no fucking gender, which is literally impossible. Now, I believe that these people that are saying that they are non-binary are actually trying to escape gender stereotypes by calling themselves these things because they don't want to be associated with the gender specific stereotypes, which is literally the opposite way to get rid of these stereotypes. Like, how we get rid of these stereotypes is by someone who is a girl, who uses she pronouns, and who's going around dressed like a stereotypical male some days and a stereotypical female some days. But she's a girl, and that's okay. That's how we get rid of gender stereotypes in our society. Although there are some arguments that we do need gender stereotypes because there are specific things that just need to stay in the balance of the order or whatever the fuck. But that's not for right now. Right now we're talking about how this specific gender issue and these people, and I really think that by these non-binary people just walking around, talking around, saying they're non-binary, making up all this shit, that this is just leading to a bigger issue. Now, I just really like to say once again, just really point this out there so that I'm saying it multiple times in the video, that I'm not hating on people who identify as part of the non-binary community, okay? I have plenty of friends that are saying that they want me to use whatever the fuck pronouns, and they just want me to, they're just whatever the fuck genders, and it's honestly, I'm not hating. I'm just saying that this is truly just my beliefs on this topic and just what I think is the truth about this. So one of my main points here is that I think that people who are identifying as these BSS genders they have some other issue going on. Now, I'm not saying that this is a disease at all. I'm saying that they have some life issue that's actually something that they've had something happen to them in the past. There's been something that's happened to them, and they've just, they feel the need to constantly label themselves 24/7, and because they don't want to give themselves a simple label like just he or she, they need to give themselves something more. They can't just be a boy, they can't just be a girl, they have to be something more, because in their minds they aren't really anything but their labels. Their labels make up such a big part of them. Even if they don't understand that or they don't know that, it's their labels are just their labels. They've become their labels. They have nothing else besides these labels to lean on, which is sad. Now, I have had differences with my own gender identity in the past. When I was younger, I was really, really in a bad spot in life. Some really bad things were going on. Some really bad things were happening. I did call myself a gender, and at the time I was contemplating people using they them pronouns for me. But this was a time in my life where I also called myself multiple different names for sexualities, and I really didn't know where I was. I didn't know who I was. I was trying to find myself, and I was trying to use these labels as a direction to help me find myself. And eventually I realized, these labels are not me. This is not who I am, and this is stemming from something else in my life that I don't want to be associated with this anymore. I don't want to be associated with these labels. I don't want to be associated with this kind of person. I don't want to be associated with this thing as a whole. Honestly, just deep down from inside my heart, I just really want these people who are having these issues with gender identity just to go find some help, get someone to talk to. You just need to find that help maybe from a professional, but I really do think that there is something more behind these people who are calling themselves these gender identities. Now, someone that really got me to be thinking about this topic and wanted me to create this video, made me want to create this video, you feel me? But it was this YouTuber this YouTuber uses male pronouns. So I'm going to be saying he as to not offend any fucking body, but he makes videos where he says that there's at least 72 genders. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? What? Who? And then he says, well, there's really more like millions. And I'm like, who the fuck said that there's millions of genders? That makes literally no sense in any way, shape, or form. in the videos, he's always talking about cis people and the hatred of him and the hatred of the whole community, which is untrue, towards cis people, which is untrue. Not the whole LGBT plus community hates cis people, hates straight people. That's not true at all in any way, shape, or form. Always using the word misogyny instead of sexism, because I guess you can only be sexist towards women and not towards men, because that's what sexism is about, although I don't fucking think it is. You know, I don't really know, guys. Just by making a claim that insane with no real rhyme or reason behind it, besides all of these triggered ass people online. Because let me tell you, these people, a majority of these people who are calling themselves these weird ass gender names are indeed those people online who are triggered every 10 seconds by literally anything online. Like, it is just so absolutely disgusting. I just can't get it through my mind how someone is just that messed up in the brain that they could even say that there are more than, I mean, because obviously this person is supportive of the LGBT plus community, but how they could say that there's more than even 3 genders, because I mean, I do understand where people are coming from with the whole non-binary things I explained earlier in the video, but I do think that this person is literally insane. Now, I actually have told, my ideas about this to my friends, and they've all completely shunned me because they're all just way overly accepting. They don't think about anything. My friends are these triggered ass people on the internet, which is really something that's a disease to me, I feel, and I just need to get away from it. But, who knows when that will happen. But honestly, I cannot find a single human being where I live, just like around me, who has these ideas. And literally, it's just triggered people. You turn left, a triggered person. You turn right, a triggered person. You just say the name Donald Trump, triggered people. Like, literally every 5 seconds I say anything, somebody gets triggered. Even if it's not even about a politic thing, or just if it's just about nothing, people just get so mad so fast. And then people joke with me about stuff. They're like, oh, they say stuff like cis, straight, white, male. And it's just, everybody has this stigma against cis, straight, white males. And I'm like, why? Now, this YouTuber I was talking about just moments ago, he says in his videos that all cis people hate anyone who is trans or who is non-binary, and that all straight people hate or are hateful towards anybody who is just part of the LGBT community in general. And this person is just making up such bogus shit things and is trying to get away with it. And the worst part is that there's actually a support group for this person, and that people actually agree with what this person is saying, which is just disgusting in every single way, shape, and form. And I just can't believe that the world has come to a point where this kind of shit is allowed anywhere. I don't know, man. I'm just getting really fired about this, and I just need to take a chill pill for a sec. But it's just when I see things like this online, of people being accusatory with no rhyme or reasoning behind their reasoning, it's not right to be accusatory of people. It's not right to put people into a small group and state that everyone in this group thinks the same exact way and believes the same things, because that's just not true. Every single person is different. Every single person has had different experiences, a different background, different culture. Just everyone's had a different life, and you just can't put these people in a basket together. But yeah, guys, that's my last note of today. Thank you all so much for watching this, and don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and comment if you want to talk about some really triggering shit in the comments. Let's go!